Hi, this is Jessie Clark with HECANTDOIT TV, and I'm here today with world-renowned juggler Danny Clark.
Hi everybody.
So Danny Clark, how long have you been juggling?
About 17 years.
How do you like to juggle?
Horizontal and vertical primarily.
That's a good way to juggle. Now, tell us about this event you're having today. What is it in awareness of?
Well, it came to my attention 7.5 years ago when I was in South Africa, and I was digging through a storage food shed, and there was rats running rampant.
What a terrible plight.
It is terrible. So that got me to thinking about rats and these starving children, because there was many scientists down there. And so as I began to start studying these rats, I noticed that they were disappearing.
Wow, really? What a mystery.
It was a mystery. And Jesse, 3 weeks later, 30% of the rats had disappeared.
That's shocking.
It was very shocking. And you wouldn't believe what my investigation turned up. Come to find out that there was over 200 scientists that were doing studies on these rats. And that brings a point up as to why I'm here. My cause for juggling and unicycling today is to help cure cancer in lab rats that were given cancer to cure cancer in starving children.
Wow, what a wonderful cause.
It's a great cause. You know, there was a story that I'm reminded of at this moment.
Oh, please tell us.
Whenever I was in Africa and I discovered these lab rats, I broke into the lab one night. There was a mouse in a laboratory, and whenever I was in there, the poor little guy was looking up with his little whiskers. He only had one on each side, so the rest of them had fallen out due to the cancer. And he had a big tumor that was about 2.5 ounces growing out of his left side. And he looked up and took his last breath with a tear running down his eye. And I knew then that I had a unicycle for these poor little lab rats.
Yes, yes you do. Now tell us about this unicycling. Have you ever been on a unicycle previously?
You know, I have not, and I like to think about that as in a positive way. I've never done anything wrong on a unicycle.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
That's a positive going into
I've never fallen off of a unicycle.
Yeah. Have you ever fallen off of a bicycle?
I've never wrecked I'm not able to ride a bicycle.
Oh.
Doctors say that my balance is not right.
Okay. Well, then a unicycle should be perfect for you.
I'm thinking so, because to balance two things is harder than one. And since a unicycle has one wheel, it's a lot less to contend with.
That makes perfect sense.
It should be 2 times easier if you think about it.
Yeah. Now, how long do you have to learn to ride this unicycle?
Well, I've given myself an excessive amount of time, Jessie.
And why did you do that?
Well, because again, I want to raise money for these rats that have cancer. So I want to accomplish my goal. So I've given myself 1 hour.
1 hour. That seems fair.
Yeah, not for the rats,
more than fair.
but for
even for that little mouse with his tear.
Right.
Yes.
Well, he passed away.
Now, did you bury that mouse?
I did.
Yes. So tell me more about your technique.
Well, my technique was skillfully honed over 17 years. Oh, look, there's my master Shinsu-san.
What are you doing there, son? You need to
He's a bit, what you would call anally retentive. So
No joke.
I have to practice when I go to the bathroom, when I'm in the shower. If he catches me not juggling at all during the day, then I'm brutally attacked. I've woken up to phone books and ball peen hammers, you know, on my abdomen.
He's certainly a very expressive man. So he is
So,
wow.
as you can see,
Waste my time on
the
that.
balls he threw at me had steel pellets in it, so I now have 3 cracked ribs. He's a very reasonable man whenever it comes to my juggling deficiencies, as he often tells me as he strikes me in the skull with a ball.
Yes, yes. Now, are these the balls that you'll be using today?
They are. In fact, these balls are especially formulated to where after 1 hour of juggling with them, because I have a 1 hour time limit, they will explode in my hand with C4. So that's a motivation to complete my task.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, I had to have 3 fingers transplanted from my feet from other prior instances where I was not as experienced at juggling.
So how many toes do you have?
I have 2 of my own toes, and the other 8 were from 3 ostriches that I had to have toes transplanted from.
Oh. Must make pretty feet during football season.
I'm always having to trim them with a pair of grinders that I have. And if I don't, for instance, one time we were playing flag football and I went to punt the ball, and obviously my middle toe pierced right through the football.
Oh. So how do you anticipate these ostrich talons will affect your unicycling today?
Well, I have punctured over 75 car tires with my anger issues. I kick them and they punctures a hole in them and they deflate. So I would imagine that I could run the risk of premature death with my toe lodging its nail into the tube. So I took care today, and I super glued sewing thimbles on the end of all my nails. So I think I should be good.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So stay tuned this afternoon as we keep an eye on Danny Clark, unicycling and juggling to cure lab rats in South Africa. I'm Jessie Clark with HECANTDOIT TV.